A long list of all the bullshit in Donnie's bill. Permanent tax cuts for the already wealthy, while lower-income households lose an average of $1,600 a year. The poor get poorer. The rich get richer. Medicaid? Gone. $716 billion in cuts will cause 15 million people to lose health coverage. That's nearly 5% of the United States population. Donnie wants you to suffer and die. 40% of children in America lose their health insurance. 40% He's literally signing the death warrants for millions of kids. 60 million people lose hospital access. That's 9% of the country. SNAP? Gone too. 3 million adults and 2 million children will now starve. 45 million children no longer qualify for the child tax credit. Pell Grants? Eliminated. One of the only ways low-income students could afford college. Gone. Because Donnie wants to keep people from getting an education. $4 billion stripped from public schools and handed to private for-profit schools, many owned by Donnie's friends. Immigrants here legally can no longer access SNAP, ACA subsidies, Pell Grants, or federal aid. And if a state tries to help them, Donnie can now legally retaliate. $5 billion to ICE to build concentration camps. All clean energy programs destroyed because Donnie was elected with fossil fuel money. In exchange for that money, he promised to make those CEOs richer. Seriously, it's on tape. He said that at a fundraiser, and then he did it. Suppressors? Tax-free. Because, of course. Tanning beds? Tax-free. Yes, tanning now has more federal support than hospitals. And then there's the weird shit. Whaling captains in Alaska get their own tax deduction. Kamikaze drones receive Pentagon funding to fly into and destroy targets. A tax exemption for colleges with under 3,000 students. A handout to conservative Christian schools owned by Trump donors. Authorization to sell 0.5% of all federal lands. A mandate for the Bureau of Land Management to lease public land to oil and gas companies. Ends student loan forgiveness for victims of fraudulent schools. Wildly specific for a guy who ran a fraudulent school. Cuts funding to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the agency that investigates scams. Suspiciously personal. Raises the debt limit by $5 trillion, so Donnie doesn't have to answer for his spending in the press. A 1% tax on remittances. A punishment aimed at immigrant communities, even those here legally. $100 million